as with most stories that I tell, yesterday I got high. And I went to the cheesy sci-fi section of the streaming service Hulu and watched this beautiful piece. This is called Multiverse. Alternative title is Entangled. Now this is absolutely like a C-tier sci-fi. Like it's 2019, so it's like modern C-tier sci-fi. Right, but you know what? Like these kinds of movies, I've seen a couple of these kinds of movies where it's like they take one of those like cool scientific theories that people talk about, and then like that's all they want to do is make a movie about multiverse, right? And like none of the people involved know anything about how to make a good movie, but they know about how cool multiverses are, and they're just going from there. And you know what? I respect it. I saw another movie kind of like this called The Mandela Effect that was like basically about simulation theory or whatever. The movie was like god awful, but like, you know, the cool scientific theory stuff about it, I'm down. Whatever, C-tier sci-fi, I'm in. Right? So Multiverse, what is this movie? Well, it's a movie, it's a film. Basically, there's a group of 4 people, and they're friends or something. It's interesting that like the top of the poster only has 3 names, but there's 4 main characters. Like one of them like just isn't like, yeah, sorry, you know, I know you're part of the 4 main characters, but we're not going to put you on the poster. I wonder how that conversation went. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so this movie, there's 4 main characters, and they're like one of them's working on like a quantum many worlds multiverse bullshit, right? Like the opening to the movie is like, you know about the multiverse theory, right? And then it's like, just like, imagine like how like the most like low effort, like lack of IQ way to like give people like the understanding of what, like, if you don't know what the multiverse is, right? How do we tell the audience what this means? Oh, I know. We'll do like a long, poorly like acted like monologue at the start to teach people about basic science that they need to know, right? So anyway, now again, I just want to say, like, you know, this movie isn't, I'm not trying to say this movie's garbage or anything. Like this is like, I genuinely enjoy this stuff. Like to me, right? Like this, like cheesy sci-fi, I love it, I'm in, right? So I just want to say it is a genuinely enjoyable experience. But anyway, so they discover this quantum machine, or they use it or whatever, and they go to the lake or something, because water, something about particles and water, right? And then they end up getting into a car crash, and the main woman dies, who was in charge of the science experiment. So all of her friends basically grieve, they give up on the project, and then all of a sudden she shows up again. Whoa, except it's her from a multiverse, right? It's her from a fucking multiverse. Whoa, she just walks in, like, into the other, so she crosses over, right? But she's dead in this universe, right? But it turns out all 4 of them from that universe cross over, but the other ones, because there's clones, right? This is the other part of the movie that it doesn't make any sense, right? But when there's 2 versions of the same person in the same universe, like they'll slowly die until one of them dies, and then the other one will be fine. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Either it should happen instantly or not at all. But whatever. It's all good. It's a movie. So anyway, so she's fine. She comes in. She's confused, right? Because all of her friends think she's dead, right? But then her friends from her universe, they all got like a tattoo, and that's how you can tell which ones are which, right? So anyway, you know, the one of them is like crazy and wants to kill the rest of them and then just take over that universe, right? Which makes sense because, you know, either one of them has to die. So if you kill the other one, you know, is it really murder if you're killing yourself? Is it suicide? Who knows? Anyway, this movie is okay. Like, again, it's a cheesy ass sci-fi movie. It's all right. The end, they do this like time travel thing, right? Where like the car crash at the beginning is actually the same. They're the same characters in another car, and like there's like a 5-month time gap or time travel. Who knows? I have no idea. They kind of just shoehorn in that at the end. I mean, I saw it coming the whole time, but they kind of just shoehorn it in at the end. It kind of destroys all the logic of the movie. It doesn't make any sense, but you know, it's fine. It's cool. I'm in. Again, I'm in. Like, I love multiverse. I love quantum. I love many worlds. I love all that kind of stuff, right? So, you know, this kind of movie, even though it's not that good, I still like it. I'm glad that these kinds of movies exist because, again, it moves the Overton window. But, like, when it comes to movies, you know, like, because now a movie like this exists, right? There are movies based around these concepts, and then they're just going to keep getting better and better and better over time. So, you know what? I'm in. Multiverse, whatever, cheesy sci-fi. I love cheesy sci-fi. and check it out if you want or not. Those are your options. You could or could not watch this movie going forward, depending on what you do choose. There is another universe where you chose the other thing. So if you choose not to watch this movie in this universe, I've got good news for you or bad news, depending on your perspective. You watch this movie in another universe. So, whoa, think about that, Jack. Anyway, Multiverse. Saw it on Hulu.